I'm not going to put you on film, but just take a bite. Pick one.
Oh, that looks even better. That looks a lot better, babe. Just
Look at the flop.
looking at it.
Get a little flop.
Yeah. The crust looks good. This is much better.
Mm-hmm. Hey everyone, welcome back to Bottles and Bites. Rob here. We're going to make some more pizza. I am giving it another go with the New York style pizza in the Gozney Arc XL. Last week I put out a video where I tried to make this pizza in the oven, and I struggled just a little bit, but not from an execution standpoint. I really made good pizza. It just wasn't in the style that I wanted. And a comment on the video was, you know, even when you don't get the results you want, pizza still tastes good. It was really good pizza. You know, it really was, but it wasn't New York style. And I know what I want, and I'm going to try this again. In last week's video, I kind of mentioned that I thought I screwed up the dough, or I did something wrong with making my dough, and it bothered me. And for a few days, I kept researching and looking and trying to figure out, you know, was it the yeast? Was it the fermentation that I let it over ferment a little bit and couldn't get the crust to kind of be that thinner, crispier type crust, even at a 60% hydration? And the conclusion I came to, and we're gonna check it out today, we're gonna make some more pizza, was that the dough balls were just too damn big. I mean, they just were. I had never made 16-inch pizzas before, or 15 to 16-inch pizzas. I'd always made that 12 to 14-inch pizza. And, you know, for that size pizza, my dough balls were always 250 grams to maybe 285. That got me, you know, 285 easily would get me a 14-inch pizza. And I'm going, why did all these things I looked at for a 16-inch pizza jump to 500 grams? I mean, that's huge. That's huge to get one more never mind, Michael Scott, one more inch. All right, anyway, so I've come to the conclusion, or at least in my mind, the issue wasn't anything to do with my dough. I really think I made good dough. But if you look right here in this portion of the video, flour, I mean, the dough is just, I mean, God dang, that's already 16 inches. So you'll see how it just, I don't even have to stretch the dough. It's so much dough that it gets to 16 inches really easy. All right, full transparency, I did mess with the flours a little bit, so, you know, we'll see how that works. And kind of looking around and seeing what I screwed up on the dough, it intrigued me that a lot of people were using a bread flour mixed with a 00 flour. So that's what I did. I did 500 grams of each. I kept my 4 grams of yeast. I did not do a poolish. I'm talking to you way too much about the dough. I'm going to put the recipe that I used for this dough down in the description below. Check it out if you want to. Fingers crossed. All right, what I'm going to do now is just quickly make these dough balls. So I'm going to try to get 6 of them. I'm going to shoot for 300 grams. That's going to be my 15 to 16 inch New York style pizza. Let's see if we can do it. All right, we're back and we're going to make a couple pizzas. I won't lie, I made this dough you saw in the earlier part of the video, and had some people over last night. Much better dough, and we're gonna see what we can do today. All right, let's make some pizza. I've got my dough, I've got it ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get this into, I use semolina. I said this a few times if you've watched any of my pizza videos. I think semolina to kind of prep your dough is way better than just any kind of all-purpose or bread flour, additional flour. As I said last week, complete fail, but I've determined it wasn't anything about my dough per se. It was more about the volume of dough. So this is a 300 gram dough ball, and I think to get that, you know, 15-inch pizza is going to be a better option. I don't know why. 500 grams. I mean, I kind of questioned it in my head when I saw that. I went, 500 grams, man, that's you know, 2/3 more than I would normally do for like a 14.5 inch pizza. But I'm notorious for following for following recipes for what they say, how to do it. And I did that, and we learn, and now we adjust. So here we are. What I like about it is you can already tell from the previous video how quickly I got to 15, 16 inches. It didn't take long. Not saying it, but I kind of want to. And another thing, I'm not going to profess to be a master dough slinger, so you're not going to see me doing some kind of technique. I do like the gravity technique. Already, I like this dough way better, only in the sense that it's shaping to the size I wanted way better. I have to work it a little bit, and I think that's going to help me get the crust and the cook that I'm looking for. All right, a little semolina on the board. Gonna do a simple cheese, because again, I'm just looking for cook. And again, I'm going 14 to 15 inches. This really looks to be close to, this is a 16-inch peel. That looks to be close to 15 inches, what I was trying to do last week. But I can already tell, you know, through the bottom of the flour here, it's much thinner than it was last week. So I'm hoping to get that cook that I'm looking for. All right, let's build a pizza. I do also want to mention here, I also figured out in my cook last week, you know, maintaining the oven at certain temps. I think that bottom, from a timing standpoint, where you hit the pizza down where you're cooking it longer so you don't want it to overcook the bottom of the pizza. I think being around 750, 800 is where you want to be, and then turning that flame down to low as you take a little bit longer cook inside. All right, we're going to put a little Italian seasoning, finish it with a little olive oil, and let's go out back and cook a pizza. All right, let's launch a pizza. And let's let this cook. I'm going to give it a little shield. I don't like the air underneath there, so I'm going to try to lift it up to get those bubbles out of there. Trying to make sure those bubbles don't come up too much. Kind of shielding it because we're trying to get a little longer cook. I got the oven down to low, but I don't want these to cook too fast around the edges. But right out of the chute, it went off. There we go. Right out of the chute, I'm liking this airplane overhead. I'm really liking the cook on this. I'm liking the look of it. You know, obviously any style of pizza, you're gonna look at it first to see if it resembles what you expect from that style of pizza. And I'm pretty happy with this. We're going on 4 minutes on this cook, so I think we're gonna go ahead and pull this out, take her inside. Okay, right out of the chute, I like this a lot better. The look of it says to me more New York style, so I'm happy with that. Really, bottom cooked very well. Could have gone a little bit more on there, but pretty good cook there. Let's cut this baby up, see what we think. Let's see, let's go with this one right here in front of me. Okay, that's more what I'm looking for. When I think New York style, you get that little bit of flop. I know this isn't 18, 20, 22 inches, but that's what I expect. Let's see what we think about. So, I mean, everything about it Looks pretty good to me. Let's go in and take a bite, see what we think. Okay, honestly, that's my best effort at making a New York style pizza. The thinness of the dough, crispy on the bottom, but you still get some chew in the dough. Cheese to sauce ratio, really good. This is my best effort. Is it something that, you know, makes me think of a pie I've had New York style that's a really good place around here in Houston or even in New York City? No, not quite there yet. But, you know, you have friends over, you make them this kind of pie, they're going to be extremely happy with it. This is delicious. I'm not going to put you on film, but just take a bite. Pick one.
Oh, that looks even better. That looks a lot better, babe. Just
Look at the flop.
looking at it.
Get a little flop.
Yeah. The crust looks good. This is much better.
Mm-hmm.
Much better. What did you do different?
Nothing. This is a different dough than last week. So,
much
I mean,
better.
not the same type of dough as far as ingredients, but smaller dough ball. 300 grams versus the big 500 where.
No, much better.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, this is good.
Now, I said it doesn't scream exactly what I want in New York, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, this I like.
You like that a lot? Mm-hmm. All right, there you have it. Approval from my wife. We were recording, babe.
You suck.
So that's it for this episode. I will put the dough recipe down in the description. If you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Really helps us out. I'm going to keep playing with New York style, but I think I'm on the right path of figuring out where I want to be for this style of pizza. We'll see you guys on the next one.